at the tail. That's the field. 25 laps the journey. This is the Gympie Oil, Gas and Battery Production Sedan King of the Mountain title coming your way. Go We're Racing, and Jared Peacock gets the better of the start from Sarah Franz. Sarah stays high on the racetrack. Jamie Beesmore is down low. Chris Pagel has driven right around the outside, has got Sarah Franz caught high on the track as they head up the zinc straight away for one lap of the 25 down. Jared Peacock is the race leader. Chris Pagel, Sarah Franz, Jamie Beesmore, Bryce Bayfield, Jim Cowley tucked in there. Sam James would be the next one. Dan Cook as Bryce Bayfield moves up the inside of Jamie Beesmore. 2 laps down around Pagel's corner and down the back straight away for Jared Peacock. He's got Chris Pagel as company. Sarah Franz is the next one. Jim Cowley moves underneath Jamie Beesmore. Something's broken, I think, in the Beesmore car. It's a flat front tyre, would you believe? So that's the end of the Jamie Beesmore. Down the back straight away. Chris Pagel to the outside of Jared Peacock. Peacock stays down low. Chris Pagel goes high. Side by side they head towards the Pagel's corner. And around Pagel's corner, can he get some drive up high? Chris Pagel looking for that. Into the hairpin corner. Jared Peacock stays down low. Pagel gets the drive up high. And Chris Pagel goes into the race lead. Jared Peacock fights back in position number 2. Back then we go to Sarah Franz. The next one is Bryce Bayfield in front of Jim Cowley. Sam James to the better of Terry Grant. Dan Cook's the next in line with the Lachlan War, and at the tail it's Blake Burton at the moment, but it's Chris Pagel down the back straight into the hairpin corner from Jared Peacock. Chris Pagel gets the drive up the zinc straight away. Pagel from Peacock back then to Sarah Franz. Bryce Bayfield would be the next one. Jim Cowley, Sam James. Then we've got Terry Grant. Behind Terry Grant it's Dan Cook. Then there's the 92 of Lachlan War and Blake Burton. Under the tower one more time. Chris Pagel continuing on his winning way around Pagel's corner. Down the back chute he goes into the hairpin corner. Jared Peacock is still there chasing hard in position number 2. Sarah Franz, Bryce Bayfield, Jim Cowley, Sam James, Dan Cook, Terry Grant, Lachlan War, Blake Burton. That's the way they head up the zinc straight away one more time for Chris Pagel. Pagel has opened up a bit of a lead back to Jared Peacock. Back then we go to Sarah Franz in 3 with Bryce Bayfield. The next one going through will be Jim Cowley to the better of Sam James. Back to Terry Grant coming under some pressure from Dan Cook. The 75 car of Blake Burton calls it quits and pulls to the infield. And out of contention in this one also Lachlan War pulls the car to the infield and out of this one as they head up. Think straight away one more time. 12 laps remaining for Chris Pagel, Jared Peacock, Sarah Franz, Bryce Bayfield, Terry Grant having some problems with the 44 car. Manages to keep it heading in the right direction. Our lead 2 cars have cleared away. Chris Pagel, Jared Peacock, Sarah Franz has still got Bryce Bayfield very close behind. Bayfield moves to the inside and into position number 3 as they go round Pagel's corner. Down the back chute goes Bryce Bayfield, Sarah Franz, Jim Cowley, Sam James would be the next one, Dan Cook. Then we've got Terry Grant underneath the tower with 11 to go for Chris Pagel. Pagel. Into the hairpin corner he goes. Chris Pagel has still got Jared Peacock not too far away. Peacock follows him up the zinc straight away. Bryce Bayfield. Back then we go to Sarah Franz, Jim Cowley. Sam James would be the next one, Terry Grant. Dan Cook goes by, and then we're back at our race leader, and that's Chris Pagel. 10 laps remaining. To the better, Jared Peacock. Bryce Bayfield is a distant third, but still in the mix as they go round Pagel's corner. Sarah Franz would be the next one. Jim Cowley is still there. Sarah Franz pulls it onto the infield and out of the event. Got a yellow light on because there seemed to be some sort of flame under the Sarah Franz car. Everything seems to be. Fire wardens to the action. Great work from the infield officials. Just about ready for the restart with 9 to go according to the lap score board over there. Chris Pagel, Jared Peacock, Bryce Bayfield, Jim Cowley, Sam James, Go We're Racing, Terry Cook at the back, Dan Cook as they head towards the top corner. Have a look at the big one on the outside, Jared Peacock, but Chris Pagel closes the door. Chris Pagel, Jared Peacock, Bryce Bayfield, Jim Cowley in a battle royal with Sam James. Terry Grant has joined in that, and Dan Cook. That's the way they head around the top corner one more time. And down the back chute for Chris Pagel. Pagel through the hairpin corner he goes. Jared Peacock right on his hammer. Bryce Bayfield back to Jim Cowley as Terry Grant gets by Sam James and Dan Cook at the tail of the field. Around Pagel's corner and down the back chute and into the hairpin corner one more time for Chris Pagel. To the better of Jared Peacock, who's coming under a bit of pressure now from Bryce Bayfield back to Jim Cowley. Terry Grant would be the next one. Sam James and Dan Cook. That's the way they head down the back straight. The battle royal is for position number 2 because Bryce Bayfield is right in this mix. Moves up the inside of Jared Peacock, and Bryce Bayfield has got himself up to 2 around the top corner as Bryce Bayfield moves into 2. Jared Peacock back to 3. Jim Cowley's a little bit interested now as they head up the thing straight away one more time. Back behind, one in trouble is Sam James, right up against the fence, trying to keep the thing mobile. Doesn't want to keep running. Car number 2, Chris Pagel, through the hairpin corner he goes. Bryce Bayfield is in position 2. A bit of a gap back. Jared Peacock, next one through as the Sam James car calls it quits and he's on the infield. Chris Pagel, through the hairpin corner he goes. Up the zinc straight away. Bryce Bayfield, Jared Peacock, Jim Cowley, Terry Grant, Dan Cook. Only got the 6 of them left. We got a few of them on the infield. But Chris Pagel, showing them a clean pair of heels, will head up the main straight away. White flag out. He's got one to go. And the king of the mountain is his. Through Pagel's corner, Chris Pagel, Bryce Bayfield in 2, Jared Peacock in 3, Jim Cowley in 4, Terry Grant and Dan Cook. Checkered flag, Chris Pagel, Bryce Bayfield, Jared Peacock, Jim Cowley, Terry Grant, Dan Cook. The 2023 production sedan, King of the Mountain. Can we have all place getters here on the main straightaway, please. Presentation coming your way. Can we please have Bryce Bayfield, Jared Peacock back on the main straightaway? Thank you. Put your hands together, folks, as he goes around. Winner of the Gympie Oil, Gas and Battery Production Sedan Mountain King title, Chris Pagel.